watching Good Morning Meridian with Andrea Williams and Nick Gunter with today's weather.
Good morning on this Football Friday. It's September the 9th, 2016. I'm Andrea Williams.
And happy Friday to you. I'm Nick Gunter.
As always, thanks for joining us on Good Morning Meridian. Before we ended the last half, we were trying to tease our guests for this half, and I really couldn't think of a word. You thought of a phrase. How would you describe it?
Engineering at its finest.
I agree. That's a
Yes.
good way to put it. Really.
Yeah.
Okay. Stay tuned to find out more about what he's talking about. Trust, you don't want to miss it. Also, with the weather, you don't want to miss that.
Yeah, it's going to be hot out there today, but at least
Yeah.
it's not going to be as humid. So Football Friday's not looking bad. Not a bad start this morning with the
Okay.
lower dew points. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. So if you're off to school this morning, not too terrible. 69 degrees in Meridian right now, 68 in Philadelphia, seeing 72 in Butler. 67 in Forest. Louisville, you're coming in at 64. Now, as you look at our dew points, 60s out there across the board, meaning not as humid. We're going to keep with lower humidity today. It felt great yesterday. It was hot in the sunshine, but it felt great because we were not dealing with that oppressive stickiness outside. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Look at our weather headlines. Football Friday, lower humidity today, which is great news. So make sure you come join us at our tailgate at Southeast Lauderdale High School. Still hot. Highs are going to be the upper 90s, but we'll see those lower this weekend thanks to a cold front that's going to move in and bring us a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. So Football Friday's hot, not as humid, looking good. Saturday football games, you might have to dodge a shower locally.
All right, more on weather coming up. Stay tuned for that. A lot to talk about in the news. We're going to start with this. Thanks so much.
problem.
Our top story today, the suspect in last week's murder in Lauderdale County has been brought back here to Lauderdale County, and this comes after he was arrested recently on the Mississippi Gulf Coast in Harrison County. I'm talking about Diamante Scott. He was charged with murder and attempted murder earlier this week. Now, he's facing another charge. This morning, News Central 11's Candace Barnett has more in today's top story.
The Meridian man recently charged with murder in Lauderdale County is now back in the county, charged with another crime. Diamante Scott was charged with murder and attempted murder in that shooting that left one person dead and another injured last Thursday. He was picked up by authorities in Harrison County.
You can't do something here and leave and think, well, I'm on the coast now, I can just do whatever I want down here. Those agencies very quickly responded to information provided to them and very quickly took him into custody.
Calhoun says Scott was extradited to Lauderdale County Wednesday afternoon, and he's now facing a new and unrelated charge, possession of methamphetamine with intent to distribute.
It was from an ongoing investigation that the East Mississippi Drug Task Force had going on prior to the events of last week.
Investigators say there's still a possibility that Scott could face additional charges and others could be charged in the murder.
While this investigation is not over, we are confident that we are heading in a direction that will bring about a successful prosecution.
Calhoun says they're now prepping the case for the next available grand jury.
Scott's charges now include murder, attempted murder, and possession of methamphetamine with intent to distribute. His total bond is $620,000. Around the state this morning, here's what's happening. A former Mississippi police officer has been indicted for the shooting death of a black man last October. According to court officials, Kenyon Boykin, who is a white former police officer in Columbus, Mississippi, has been indicted for manslaughter in the death of Ricky Ball. That happened in October of last year. Well, according to investigators on the Gulf Coast, a Mississippi police chief was suspended just before he shot and killed himself outside the police station. Mike Donardo was the chief in Bay St. Louis. Investigators say he shot himself in the chest yesterday. Authorities say the shooting appeared to have been intentional. According to the mayor of Bay St. Louis, the chief was under investigation by the sheriff's department there, and he had just been suspended from his job. Well, the State Department of Mental Health is now recommending some raises for some of its lowest paid employees. Agency leaders say direct care workers have high stress jobs and nearly half of them left last year. They apparently are paid about $17,000 a year. The agency is proposing increasing that amount to about $20,000. The pay raise proposal could face resistance, however, as Mississippi lawmakers try to cut spending. Other news, this around Alabama this morning. Governor Robert Bentley has now signed a compromise bill to use that state's oil spill settlement funds for debts, Medicaid, and roads. The Alabama legislature gave final approval to the bill late Wednesday after lawmakers in Alabama agreed to a compromise on exactly how to use that oil spill money. The plan will steer $400 million to repay money borrowed during the past budget shortfalls. It will also steer about $120 million to be used to help Alabama's cash-strapped Medicaid program and $120 million to build some roads and 2 coastal counties in Alabama. It's a new year, with new strides now being made to improve the Meridian Public School District. MPS officials say the community plays a key role in efforts to help students succeed. Now, that is why district officials are encouraging residents to tour Meridian Public Schools. This morning, we're taking a tour of our own. We started our tour at Meridian High's 9th grade building, complete with a new mission statement and a new name for the program. It's now known as the Freshman Academy, with an intensified focus identifying students' career goals. For the first time, local colleges are setting up displays each 9 weeks in the building. All 401 freshmen are taking a science, technology, engineering, and math class, also known as STEM for short. And the students are required to identify the career of their choice.
We're looking at more incentives. We're looking at the STEM courses. We're also looking at career opportunities where we're bringing in businesses, colleges where we're bringing in reality fairs.
There are also new additions this year for 10th through 12th grade students, offering more than 100 elective classes and the most accelerated classes in East Mississippi. Principal Victor Hubbard says this year there are new additions in the arts curriculum with a new AP studio and guitar class.
That means our students will be able to take courses in our performing and visual arts department, and they will be able to receive a high school diploma with a VAPA endorsement.
The principal says more emphasis is also being placed on helping students who are choosing not to attend college after graduating and to help them receive the proper training in vocational courses. Offering an ACT prep course each semester for students, Principal Hubbard says strong emphasis is placed on preparing students for college, and he's encouraging residents within the community to take a tour.
The heartbeat of the city is Meridian High School.
Andrea Williams, News Center 11. Well, you know what? The campus tours are available during regular school hours, Monday through Friday. If you want to arrange one, all you have to do, call Central Office. Let's see, 37 minutes past the hour. Speaking of school and class, we have some students from West Alabama here who are quite industrious. I'll put it that way.
And it's just something you've got to see.
You really do. They're quite on the move. We're going to tell you how you can help them coming up. But right now, let's talk about the weather.
Yeah, weather-wise for us on this Friday, we're going to look at another hot day out there, but not as humid. We'll talk about that and what you can expect for the weekend coming up after the break, so stick around.
Now, News Center 11 weather with meteorologist Nick Gunter.
Happy Friday to you at home. Made it to the end of the work and school week. Football Friday for us across the Twin States. And we're looking like another hot day setting up for us, but at least we're not going to deal with that humidity that we've been dealing with most of the summer. So even though it's going to be hot, it's not going to be sticky or oppressive. And really, it's not a bad start this morning either if you're heading out the door to work or school. Here's a look at our altitude camera network. And we're looking downtown Meridian as we speak. Blue skies in abundance this morning. Going to keep with lots of sunshine in our forecast today. Maybe a few fair weather clouds as we head toward that afternoon time later on today. But for the most part, we're just going to be warming things up as we head toward the afternoon. Now, temperatures this morning, not too bad. Clear skies helped us cool off at many locations. We're sitting at 69 at Keyfield, right down Meridian, 70 at NAS Meridian, 68 in Philly, 72 to our friends in Butler, and 66 right now over in Tuscaloosa. Now, as we look at our dew points, coming in the 60s as well, so not as sticky, bit of a dry air mass over us as we speak, and we're going to keep with that in our forecast throughout this Friday. See the moisture increase for the weekend, though, and that's thanks to a cold front that's going to bring us some rain chances for late day Saturday going into our Sunday. Now, Southern Pine electric radar is dry this morning. Clear remote scans are across the board. Going to stay with dry weather for our Friday, so look pretty good if you're heading out to a football game later on tonight. We can think high pressure that's been over us over the past couple of days, still sitting over us right now. Not really giving us anything by the way of wet weather here locally. All of that's off toward our north thanks to a warm front that's moving through parts of parts of the plains this morning. Now, temperatures, there's kind of near seasonable average for us this morning in the 60s and 70s. Still going to heat up this afternoon into the upper 90s, so it's going to be hot. But the good thing is those lower dew points, thanks to that high pressure that settled into our area. Notice most of the lower, less muggy air mass stretches all the way in parts of Mississippi, whereas the warm, moist air is now well off toward our west. We're going to see some of this moisture increase back for us as we head toward our weekend. And that's thanks to, like I said, that cold front that's going to move in bringing us some rain chances. But not a bad day for you if you're heading out on our Friday. Just hot as we head toward the afternoon. We're going to heat up quite quickly by the afternoon time, from 80 to at 9 a.m. to 90 degrees by noon to 96 degrees by that 3 o'clock hour today. So we're going to stay sunny. Just no rain chances in our forecast for our football Friday. So it's good news if you're heading to those football games later on today. Now, let's look at our future cast. Plan your day hour by hour. Stopping this at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Most of us are in the 90s, maybe some fair weather clouds by our afternoon time today. Been seeing those over the past few afternoons. Now, as we head toward 10 o'clock, heading home for football games tonight, sitting in the 70s still, and tonight's lows will drop down to 60s, 70s, so it's going to be a cooler, near seasonable average for us tonight. Not a bad start if you're an early riser on your Saturday. If you're heading out jogging this morning, tomorrow morning, walking the dog, whatnot, not a bad start. And then by Saturday afternoon, heading to football games here locally for college, might have to dodge a shower, so you might want the umbrella just in case as that cold front starts to move in here. 96 today, hot, not as humid. South winds at 5 miles per hour. Tonight we're looking right around 69, mostly clear seasonal for us as we head through the overnight time frame. Look at the 7-day forecast. There's those rain chances this weekend thanks to that cold front moving through, so might have to dodge a shower heading to a college football game this weekend, but we'll clear things out for next week. Temperatures lower just a bit, low stay in the 60s and 70s. So it's going to be a hot football Friday, but not a humid one, so we'll give and take what we can.
All right. I'm truly excited to talk to the guests, so I'm going to get to this so we can get to the guests.
Okay.
You got to see it to believe it. Time now for this morning's Crime Net Report, where perhaps you can help local law enforcement locate another wanted suspect. With that, here is Chief Deputy Ward Calhoun with this morning's Crime Net.
I'm Chief Deputy Ward Calhoun with the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, bringing you today's edition of CrimeNet. Today, we need your help to locate Ivy Ann Baker. Baker is a 24-year-old black female who stands approximately 5 feet in height, weighing 250 pounds. She is wanted on an indictment out of the Circuit Court of Lauderdale County, where she has been charged with the crime of uttering and forgery. We need your help to locate Baker. If you know where she can be found, call the Crime Stopper line. Remember, you'll remain anonymous, and the information that you give, if it leads to her arrest, will make you eligible for a cash reward. I'm Chief Deputy Ward Calhoun for CrimeNet.
Here's that number, 855-485-TIPS. Coming up, students with engineering minds at their best, I promise you. More on how you can help them after this. We'll be back. All right, trust. You're going to be like, I was sweating this? Why? How long have you all had the robotics club or team? Oh, well, here we are right here. I'm just talking to you guys. Joining me on the set, we have Omega Crockett and Jaleel Washington. I was asking you how long you've had this team. You can tell our audience. They are students at Sumter Central High School in Alabama, and they are here. They're part of the robotics team there, and I'm just glad to have you. So my question was, how long have you all had this robotics team going on?
We're going into our 5th season with our robotics team.
Oh, wow. And you all are trying to raise some money right now to do some things, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell us about your fundraiser that you have coming up.
Our fundraiser is going to be at Applebee's on September 17th, 7 a.m. through 9 p.m. And you can buy a ticket from a robotics team member, or you can be there at 7 a.m. to buy a ticket.
All right, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., Applebee's in Meridian on the 17th of September. Now, this is going to show you, we're going to show you right now why they need some of this money. You see the details right there. You all travel and do competitions a lot, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I know that we have a robot that we're actually going to show our audience, and I think we have Xavier over there controlling the robot. Xavier, what's going on with this robot? What is it?
Okay, what we have here today is a Vex robot that we ordered from a company to help practice our programming, and that helped our students learn more about programming.
Okay, then how does the robot work?
I have this controller in my hand, and what the controller do, it sends commands to the robot directly to do its actions.
Okay, action. Let's see it. Oh, okay. Okay. And actually, you all are going to compete later, I guess, within the next month, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Where?
At Shelton State Community College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Okay, and I bet it gets expensive to do all of this, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
You all have a goal how much money you want to raise?
No, ma'am. We really don't have a set goal of how much we want to raise. We just really want to raise as much money as we possibly can. That way we can do some things like not only go to competition, but maybe even take a few field trips and actually go to some engineering days and things like that.
All right, now, so this is their competition in October. It's the 29th. It's going to be at Shelton State. That's in Tuscaloosa.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
is it going to be broadcast? Is it going to be? Well, you all are going there. What time will it start?
It usually starts around 9.
9 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. Also, we're going to show you guys one more time our robot over here with Xavier. Go for it, Xavier. Okay. There you go. They're working on a lot more projects as well. You can help them, but they need money to do this. Don't forget that fundraiser at Applebee's in Meridian. That's coming up September the 17th from 7 in the morning. Good job. 7 in the morning until 9. And they can get tickets from any of you guys on the team. Or just call the school. If you want to find out how you can help this program grow, call 205-652-1501 and you can speak with any of these students. Or, I guess your advisor is Latasha Caves?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good to see you all.
Thank you for having
I
me.
love your robot. Thanks, Xavier.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll be back with more after this. Stay tuned. Time now for weather on the go.
Yeah, heading out the door, here's what you can expect for your football Friday. It's going to be a warm one out there, 80 degrees by 9, 90 by noon, 96 degrees by 3. A lot is humid, so that's good news. If you're heading out to maybe a football game tonight, Friday night tailgate of the week, Newton County at Southeast Lauderdale. So go see Rashad and Lindsay Hall at Southeast Lauderdale High School. Tailgate's 90 degrees, kickoff 86, halftime 81. Here's what you can expect for our tailgate forecast for college games, sponsored by University of West Alabama, Western Kentucky, Alabama, and Tuscaloosa. 2:30 kickoff for that, 92 degrees, broken clouds. Wofford and Ole Miss up in Oxford, 88 degrees for that, maybe a shower. 3 o'clock kickoff up in Oxford. Alcorn State's taking on Alabama State, 87 degrees, maybe a few showers for that 6 p.m. kickoff. Savannah State and Southern Miss are playing against each other, 87 degrees in Hattiesburg. 6 p.m. kickoff for that one with broken clouds. And as we look at our UWA, they're taking on Stephen F. Austin in Texas, 89, maybe a thunderstorm over in Texas, 6 o'clock kickoff. South Carolina and MSU up at Starkville, 90 degrees. Clouds stick around, maybe a shower for that one. And then 6:30 kickoff for Auburn and Arkansas State in the Plains, 90 degrees, mostly sunny. 7 o'clock kickoff for Jackson State and Tennessee State, 80 degrees with mostly cloudy skies up in Nashville. 7-day forecast, cold front this weekend will bring us a few scattered showers in our forecast. Then we'll dry things out as we make our way toward next week.
You know, I didn't ask them if they had a name for that robot. I didn't ask them that. I don't know. I do know this much. Give them a call at Sumter Central if you can help in any way. We're going to leave you with some shots of the bot. How about that? See you at Football Friday.